Hey folks, how's everybody doing out there? Hope y'all doing well. Wherever you're at on this beautiful planet we call the Earth. Welcome to the current episode, iteration of the Handsome Donkey Awards and interesting comments. Because what I've done is mix in a lot of interesting comments, good constructive comments. So I don't want you to think that if you make this show or I talk about your comment that you're part of the Handsome Donkey crowd. That's not the case. I'm going to sprinkle in the interesting ones, the good case studies to talk about, along with the boring ass, and I say boring ass, they're just not exciting anymore, attempts of the mentally deranged and the downright mean people of the world. Their valiant attempt to hurt my feelings put a tear rolling down the side of my face. Good cold Coca-Cola right there. No Jack Daniels, no whiskey, no nothing. Shit. Still stone cold sober. Should I give it a disclaimer? If you're wearing skinny jeans right now, sitting in Starbucks, sipping on a latte, you might want to pick another video, because you might get your feelings hurt. You might be offended. You might feel like a victim by something I say. You've been forewarned. Last chance to exit reality. Start out with this gentleman here. Laziness is how the people in that country see you white people, and you are. Go back to your country and do what you do. You won't get far because you're lazy. Thank you very much, Mr. Paul, walking to some bullshit place. Who fucking knows? Ooh. Trying to clean up my language, but right there, right off the bat. That's not even a parrot award. How many times people gonna come up with that? Go back to your home country. I'm a current resident of planet Earth and a citizen of nowhere, the way I look at it. We're all on this round rock. Now, some of y'all believe that the Earth is flat. Okay, what have you? We're all on this planet. Let's all agree to that, right? We're all on this planet, and other than the few astronauts that are up there and the people involved in this advanced propulsion system and the re-engineering of alien technology, those are the only folks that can leave this planet. People like me and you probably, we're stuck on this planet. No matter what your little papers say that you carry around in your pocket, right? That's the way I look at things. Anyhow, go back to that country. Go back to your country. What country is that, my friend? I'm curious. What country should I go back to? Because I consider Thailand my home. So if you're telling me go back to your country, that sounds like a great idea. Alright. Now, this is a long comment here, but you know what? I said I'm going to go for it, right? And this is a gentleman who is a viewer and obviously uses his lady's account. Husband speaking, age 81. And my friend, thank you very much. You've left a lot of comments, a lot of good constructive comments, and I certainly appreciate it. And this is on the video where I said it's time to quit drinking alcohol, my friends. I'm done. So this gentleman says, never drink, no need, no desire, alcohol stinks. Enough of that. For Americans watching, I am starting my end-of-life problems. Health is not perfect, but not bad for my age. Again, he's 81 years old. I'm starting to get rid of memories like old Disney reprint comics. Sold the originals 50 years ago. Sell or donate DVDs like NCIS, Kung Fu, Bruce Lee, etc. Clothes that I no longer fit, dust catchers sitting on the shelf. That's true. Most of our crap in America, it's just one more thing to catch dust that we have to clean when we clean the house. Our only son does not want our stuff unless it has a picture of a president on it. What happens when I or my wife dies? Dying is really expensive. Okay, now I guess the first part of this is really what I wanted to talk about. If you're thinking about retiring, leaving your home country, let's say you're in America and you want to move to the Philippines or Thailand or Central America, what do you do with all of this sentimental stuff that you've acquired over the past 50, 55 years that's very important to you? And I speak from experience because me and my buddy the J Dog had this conversation, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. It was a combination of conversations. He was in the process of moving, and he's like, man, I got all these trophies, and I showed them to my son. He don't want nothing to do with them. And that's what we think. We think we're going to hand all this stuff down to our kids, right? And just make the arrogant assumption that they want to carry that stuff around or that they're interested in it. And he showed the stuff to his son. His son didn't want to look at it. He's too busy playing video games, and certainly didn't want to carry any of that shit around or put in his room. And it was sort of a wake-up call. Like, wait a minute, why do our kids not want my trophies and my certificates and my medals from gymnastics when I was a kid? And so we're like, all right, what do we do with this shit? And there was also a conversation about a grandfather clock that he had, right? Trying to move this big ass heavy grandfather clock, and I had a china cabinet. And the conclusion was this. Okay, so to spare all the details, here's exactly what you do. If you have trophies, diplomas, that stuff, anything that you have a problem parting with and you think that your kids or your relatives are going to be interested in that sentimental shit, here's what you do. You know those black contractor trash bags they sell at Home Depot? The ones that are huge, that are, tough as nails. You can't break them, right? Get you about 5 boxes of those. Go home. Start putting shit in those trash bags. All that sentimental stuff, them trophies. Now you got to get the contractor bags, or you'll put the trophies in there. They'll poke a hole in a cheap kitchen bag. Then you're looking at it again, and then you'll pick it up and put it back on the shelf. It's got to be the contractor bags. Throw that shit in there. That way you can't see it. The bag don't break. Once it's in there and you tie that contractor bag up, 20 minutes later, you don't even know what you put in there. You can't even remember the trophies and the junk, the stuffed animals, all that shit you've been dragging around as a kid. Shit you bought in Turkey, or all that stuff nobody cares about. Put it in the contractor trash bag. Put it in the trash. That's it. That's how you deal with all that sentimental stuff. So anyhow, the first part of his comment just made me think, a lot of you guys will come over here, and what you'll do, you'll end up renting a storage locker or two to put all this sentimental junk in, or stuff that you think has value. You'll live over here for 5 years, realize how much money you've wasted on storing that. Then you'll take a trip back, open up the storage lockers. It's all been ate by rats. There's rat piss, rat shit. Half the, maybe the storage unit got flooded. And all the shit is junk anyhow. Nobody wants it. And you just spent 5 years paying $100 a month on it. That's a lot of money when you live on your pension or Social Security. What do you do with it? Trash it. Get rid of it. All right, moving right along. Just a tidbit about retirement, right? I know you came here for the Handsome Donkey Awards, but and then the gentleman goes on to talk about how much it costs to be buried. Thank you very much for that comment, but I really just wanted to touch on what to do with old memories. Home Depot, contractor trash bag, the dump. 2 suitcases, get on that plane to wherever you're going. All right, back to the Handsome Donkeys. There we go from Mr. Ronald Tongue. He is a loser drunk. I feel sorry for his family. Thank you very much, Ronald. This one from Henry. I think Henry is a frequent flyer. He is just a lazy drunk, and he must be blind because he keeps calling his wife beautiful. I think I've roasted you before. You mean you are walking your cow, you alcoholic. Thank you very much, Henry, for calling Fatima a cow and for calling me an alcoholic. I certainly appreciate your opinion. And a lazy drunk. Thank you very much. Nothing really new or creative there, Henry. And I think I may have reviewed that same comment before. Sounds familiar. This is from Faux Q something with some numbers. Here's a better answer. Stop being a colonist, comma, asshole. You put an extra period in there, then an exclamation mark, but I do appreciate your comma, that little pause before asshole. Here's a better answer. Stop being a colonist, comma, asshole. You're in a foreign country, shit biscuit. Learn to speak their language. Thank you very much for that comment there. Folk Q something. Foreign country. What does that mean? I'm in a foreign country. Let's go there for a minute. That's like saying he's overseas. He's working overseas. He deployed overseas. Where's the starting point? I'm a colonist. I'm in a foreign country. Not really, because I've been over here for so long. Southeast Asia is home to me. When I go to the United States, that's like a foreign country because I don't know anything about the culture. I don't know anything about what you can do, what you can't do. The 3 brief trips I've made back to the United States, past 12, 13 years, whatever it was, I felt like I was in a foreign country. So it's all about whose perspective you look at things from. Good old cold Coca-Cola right there. I think you know how much these things come out to be. I think, check me if my math is wrong. Once you pay the deposit, it's 180 pesos to trade out the bottles, the empties for the full ones, right? 180 by 24, I think that comes out to 7.5 pesos each. Is that correct? Is it 7.5 pesos? I think it came out in my mind, it was a quarter a bottle, a quarter of Coke. Maybe that's retail price. Man, I guess I should have my shit together when I start quoting prices. I'm pretty sure it's 180 pesos for 24 bottles. The point is, this is a hell of a lot cheaper than when I went to America, and every time I stopped to get gas, I paid $3 for a Coke. Sanity. Alright, shit biscuit. Shit biscuit. That's a little creative. Let's see. You sound like you were stressed out. What's up, dude? Be humble. Be kind. Don't be stressed out the way you talk to people in your voice. You might want to look in the mirror and reboot yourself. Come on, man. Buy a tool set with an emoji going like, it's common sense to have at least a flathead / cross tip screwdriver and some pliers. I don't know what a cross tip is. I think you mean a Phillips head. Scissors and a hammer. You making us embarrassed. Some emoji. Are you qualified to be a man in the house with a bunch of emojis? Well, my generation, my man. Men don't, like I said, emojis are okay unless you're trying to put me down. Then I can't take you serious. If you're trying to leave some type of blunt or masculine, or you're trying to hurt my feelings, or trying to correct me or preach to me, don't use emojis because you lost me. I can't take you serious. Tool set. When I left America, I gave away all my tools. I gave the majority of them to a neighbor of mine. I lived over by the beach, long story. Didn't really even like the guy or know the guy. I don't say I didn't like him. I didn't really know the guy. His next door neighbor. He would pop in there on the weekends, occasionally, and barbecue and drink whatever. And I lived there, so I was like, you know what? Time to get rid of these tools. Like, hey man, you want some tools? I gave him all them tools. That dude didn't know what to think. He's like, man, this dude about to kill himself or what? He's like sorting through them tools. He's like shaking his head like, this dude's crazy. Not a salesman. When I gave all my shit away before I left, I gave it away. I gave it away. It either got delivered or it went to the dump because I didn't have time to be a salesman. I sold my guns on the cheap to trusted friends, family, individuals. Everything else got given away. Alright, so now I don't carry a tool set, man. I'm going to tell you why. Bro, tools are heavy. I like to remain expeditionary. I don't think I have it right in front of me, but y'all have seen it before. Yep, right here. You know, the only tool I've carried since I moved to Southeast Asia is this Leatherman kick. It's not like a big, huge type Leatherman. It's a smaller Leatherman. I bought this at the PX, the little PX in Fallujah. Well, Camp Bahariya. 2008, I think it was. So I've carried this since 2008. This is the only real tool that I own that's with me. And I broke the bottle opener. Half the stuff on here is broke. But you know what? That right there, that's been the best purchase out of any tool. It goes pretty much everywhere I go. That's all I need, man. I can do wiring. I can install stuff. That's all I need. What do you mean? Oh man, part of some fucking club I gotta represent with a tool belt? I don't need a tool belt, it's too heavy. Stressed out the way I talk to people. Yeah, Filipinos stress you out. Thank you for the comment. Okay, Philippine second language is English. You may need to expand your little knowledge about Philippines, dude. Bantay and Cebu, my family backyard, dude. Thank you very much for your comment there. Let me live here for a few more years and expand my knowledge of the Philippines. Maybe I'll enroll in some college course about Philippine history, Philippine culture. How about that? Because immersion must not be goddamn good enough. Maybe I said something incorrect while I was talking to a camera that's unscripted. Sometimes that shit happens when you're not sitting here reading a teleprompter or a script. Sometimes you say things and when I'm editing I don't catch it or I just let it go. Why? Because it'll trigger people like you, my friend, and cause you to leave me a comment that helps me out with the Google algorithm, and I certainly appreciate you. Illiterate women, thank you very much, they're mean. Marco, you live with two retarded bitches. Thank you very much. Dang, I drank a gallon of grandma's piss just to see where it came from. She is one hot babe. How'd that get in there? Oh, here's the Colonel. Man, I don't know what's triggered this dude right here, y'all. This dude, Colonel Robbie. The Colonel has been triggered before on previous videos. He's still getting triggered. But I appreciate you watching, man. I appreciate you watching. Keep commenting. Don't go nowhere. But I got this asshole a narcissist. I got this asshole a narcissist. It's like you bought me a gift. You got me a gift. He talks more shit. That's not imported meat. That's street meat in a fucking can you can buy here in the States. What the fuck, dude? You think half of us are stupid? What? Talking about grammar, put in your post. You dumb, you don't know what a YouTuber is with two U's. A YouTuber is, or a fucking blogger. It's 2 G's in that, I think. Whatever, man. Do what you can do, because you always going to have shit to say. Well, Colonel, this is my show. If I didn't say nothing, nobody would fucking watch. Oh, shit. Let me get out of roll back to not cussing here. Seems like you got plenty to say. Triggered for some reason. Man, I don't know why. Boom, here he is again. It's the same one or it's expanded? Maybe it's expanded on. Maybe I didn't have it expanded. Have shit to say about someone that's a narcissist for you, and them fake mags you on anyone can post that. LOL, dumbass. Let's see. Somebody says, somebody replies, dude, you okay? A lot of us have been here for years and we call him out on his not so good behavior at times, but dude, what is this? Yeah, it was canned meat. Chill. Old Colonel got triggered over that imported pork from Denmark, man. What? You won't make 60 eating that garbage. Caribou shit would be healthier for you. Thank you very much. For what it's worth, and coming from a frequent critic of yours, I live in a similar setup in the land of smiles, Isan. In other words, northeast Thailand, the country, the province. And your booze cessation video the other day has given me the final push to also quit the sauce for good. Too many fun moments like the hour scene in this video wasted on being hungover and avoiding everything and everyone the whole day. Alright, thank you very much there, Toxic. I hope I truly did inspire you to take some action. Shut your wife up. She sounds like a little girl with a bunch of emojis and a fucking clown. Something about the Ukraine. What's it says? Australia stands with the Ukraine. Stands with Ukraine. All them criminals over there embezzling your tax money. Yep. Okay. Fatima acts so childish and she not pretty. Thank you very much, Barbs. Okay, let's skip that one. Let's see. Those are actually good comments that I can make a video out of. I don't know if this is a good comment or bad. You are a bad movie. With no script or answers to what happens and who is who, you are wondering. We always are too. With so many things you do. Ha ha. What the hell you doing again in Thailand? Rotten Tomatoes rank. Same guy. I can't recall if you ever stated who the heck is the girl in the blue shirt and why is she always hanging out with you like a flea? Let's see. Alright, now, this isn't a handsome donkey comment. This is a constructive comment right here. Gentleman says, I'm getting ready to move over to the Philippines myself. I know it's going to be a totally different experience, but I'm moving there. Any suggestions? I've already been talking to a Filipino lady, and we have hit it off pretty cool. We are already planning on possibly getting married, but I have not met her in person yet. Any suggestions? Yeah, thank you very much for the comment. Okay, suggestion number one. That's not your fiance. That's a chatmate. That's not your girlfriend. It's a chatmate. Until you meet that girl in person, she is not your girlfriend. The day you meet her in person, that's day one of your relationship to figure out if you like each other and if you can get along. That's reality. So I hope everything works out well for you. But you haven't even got here yet. You haven't even met this girl in person. So in actuality, you know nothing about the girl. So I would say slow your roll. Don't be buying no engagement rings for a girl you've never met. Come over here, ease into it, see if you're compatible, see if you like her. And if you don't, cut ties, move in over here, get you an apartment, relax, settle down. Once you get moved in and get established, then you start looking around for a girlfriend. You don't have to be in a big hurry. You don't have to have a girl meet you at the airport, my friend. Certainly talking about marriage when you've never met. A lot of guys do it. A lot of guys pull it off, but a lot of guys don't work out. Like I've said before, how do you know you're compatible? How do you know she don't have bad breath? How do you know you're going to get along in the sack? You don't know these things. So take a step back, calm down, slow your roll, and say you have a chat mate that you're gonna meet when you get to the Philippines, and see how things go from there. Okay, she's not your fiance. She's a digital chat mate. I know that might cut deep, but that's reality. Plenty of ladies over here who would like to meet a nice guy. So if it don't work out with your chat mate, no stress. Don't worry. Film the people burning the rubbish in the streets, polluting the environment 24 hours a day. If you don't know, they think that garden waste and plastic should be burnt. This is bad for your health if you didn't know. Angeles City is a shithole. Thank you very much for your comment there. Not angry at me, angry at the environmental aspects of the country. Yes, I think there was some inbreeding in your family. Thank you very much. Let's see. Jomar is shy around Marcos because you pushed him away when he wanted to come visit Angeles City and only wanted females in your videos, Marcos. Jomar is Fatima's youngest brother. Was he 18 now? I remember Marco saying that all he does is sleep. No wonder he acts this way around his brother-in-law who didn't extend an olive branch on video. Now all of a sudden, let's me be selfish for a second. All of a sudden, is it my responsibility to save every male member of her family? Do I have to play the white savior syndrome to every male in her village, or else I'm not a good person? It's my responsibility to take her, I don't know, 12-year-old brother under my wing and support him. Doesn't he already have parents? Why does he need the foreign guy to come save the day? The Captain Save-A-Ho syndrome. The white savior syndrome. Or if you're a black guy from America, you could call it the black savior syndrome. You know? It doesn't matter. You just have to replace, you're coming from this country and you're going to this country which is less wealthy than your home country, and you're going to come save some people. You just interchange the words, right? If you're not familiar, it's called white savior syndrome. Maybe it's the white savior syndrome. Well, number one, he's not my responsibility. Not my responsibility. I got my own responsibilities and my own objectives and agendas. And when I first met Fatima, traveling around, backpacking, being the free spirit that I am, it didn't include adopting one of her teenage brothers. There you go, selfishly. He has parents. Pretty arrogant of you to think that they would even be cool with that. It's all about whose perspective you look at things, right? Folks, if you're retiring, it is okay to put yourself first. You can use the word selfish and say it's okay to be selfish, but if you just work 55 or 60 years in your home country, say you just retired in America at 55 or 60 years old, it's your time to enjoy your life. It's your time to come over here, lay on a beach all day, if that's what you want to do, drink beer, and bang out your girlfriend and live in a one-bedroom condo because you have no stress. It's okay to do that because you're at the end of your life cycle. You've already worked for 55 years as a slave to the machine, and now it's time for you to enjoy life. Why would you want to come over here and start adopting your girlfriend's brothers and cousins and everybody else when, number one, it's not your job, it's not your responsibility, it's not your role? It's fucking arrogant to think that that's exactly what everybody wants. They have parents. And oh, by the way, how does that benefit you, the foreign guy who's supposed to be enjoying his retirement? Okay? So no, your comment, you think you're trying to make me feel guilty? Nope, don't feel a bit guilty. None. My old lady's got 10 siblings. There's 11 of them, if I'm correct. 10 of them. I've spent enough on her sister, okay? But you don't get credit for that. You don't get credit for the good things you do. You just get persecuted for the bad things you do or the shit that people expect you to do, but you don't. Moving right along. Let's see. Okay, here's a cool comment. Your best video ever, Marcos. It really hit home for me given my own self-destructive behavior and persistent bad habits. Appreciate your sincerity and honesty, and I admire you for choosing your family over yourself. Thank you for sharing and inspiring me to rebrand myself too before I move to the Philippines. Kudos. Talking about quitting drinking, right? Folks, you know, quit drinking. I don't even know what the day was, however long it's been. Feel much better. Lost a lot of weight. I don't know if you can tell, but like I can really tell I lost a lot of the bloatedness out of my head. I'm more nimble. It was a good decision at the right time for me to quit drinking. On many fronts. Now, I got a new grill on station. When I'm out there grilling, I do miss having a beer and a cigar in my hand, right? And I'm not saying I quit cigars. But I did quit drinking. So I'm glad I inspired somebody else to make a change. And again, I'm not judging. If you make a change that helps you, I'm not telling you which way to go. But I'm glad that I inspired you to make a change for the best. Alright, let's see. Another about drinking. Maybe I'll just do a video, an update video about the drinking. Because I got a lot of comments from y'all. There's another one. Let's see. Alright, Filipinos have one volume and talking loud. That's pretty much true. And then there's a response. I'm looking at all this and thinking, I'm so happy and privileged to get to live in my own country, Finland. Women here are beautiful, have manners, and sure don't sound like her. Alright, well, what's funny about that, man, is you're sitting there researching and watching videos about villages in the Philippines or life in the Philippines. So I'm sure Finland is a wonderful country. The ladies are absolutely beautiful, but there's some reason that you're sitting here watching videos about Filipinos. Not to bust you out too much. Thanks for the comment. Here's another one from Henry. I guess all the women there are also blind like the drunk donkey because they called him the most handsome man there. This one's from Wayne. This guy isn't even aware that he is married to and dealing with very immature, spelled immature wrong, needs two M's in there, Wayne. So-called adults. It's extremely sad. All capitals. Triggered. Two things I'd send the king. A bullshit cushion. Case of Trojan minis. Do I hear violin music asking for donation boxes? I don't think you personally would shop in USA for your family, no way. So 6 months trip to Ladybug looking August Chang juice. Okay, frequent flyer, Mr. Geo, thank you for the comment there. I'll take this time to tell you about our membership program. If you click that join button, you can join our membership program. Sometimes I give you early access to videos. There's some members only videos. I think it's from $2.99 a month It's a recurring charge, and you help support the channel. You know why? Because it costs money to make videos. Go to Mr. Beast's channel. I love it. Mr. Beast. Okay, I guess he is the top guy on this platform. Gives away millions of dollars. You click his join button and see what it says. Join the membership. It says nothing. You get nothing. I just need money to make these expensive videos. There you go. So if y'all join our membership, I certainly appreciate it. It costs money to feed all these Filipinos and pay for this FX3. Well, I'm filming on my old Sony right now, but the FX3 is sitting over there. Shit ain't cheap. Fatima, so dumb for 6 or 7 years with you, still don't know how to speak English. Thank you very much, Bing. They are e-begging. I wouldn't send them. Oh, it's an emoji. It's a shit emoji. I wouldn't send them shit. Let me take this time to tell you all that we, our merchandise. We sell t-shirts, coffee mugs. I don't even know what's on there anymore, right? It's on Teespring. Maybe it's down below. Oh, did I mention that I wrote 2 books? The link is in the description to my Amazon page. Check out my website. Oh, our PayPal link is also there as well. Thank you very much, Edwin Melendez, for reminding me to promote my own show. Thank you very much. Let's see. White imperialism at its finest. This punk king has no respect for the unfortunate ones. Thank you very much, Janie. Complaining about the video where me and one of my baby mamas, or her and Fatima, were fighting over the lipstick, whatever. Nobody understands humor anymore. This one's from Tone. Oh, Tone Low. Surprise visit to the village upcoming. Now, that's one of them comments. You don't know how to take that. Is it a friendly comment? Hey, I'm going to come visit you at the village. Is it a veiled threat? You don't know. It's part of this game. I talked about it before. You want to enter the entertainment game. Whether that's any type of social media, YouTube, Instagram, anything like that. You want to write a book. You want to be a movie star. You have to deal with crazy fans at times. So the death threats, the threats, all that shit goes with it, right? If you're not prepared to deal with that, or these comments like I'm reading off today, you might want to stay out of the public realm, because what this cat does, the reply, the dude posts the looks like the lat long. Well, it's the Google map to her village, right? So all you gotta do is click on that. Boom, you're looking at her village. It's not a big secret where it's at. Because of our filming and our route going in there. But anybody that would be interested in trying to do something, what's the word? I keep this peaceful. Out of line. It would be the wrong place for them to try to get there and do so. But anyhow, so surprise visit to the village, and then somebody posts the grid, the pin, whatever. This is great. And this is when I talk about quit drinking. This is not a handsome donkey comment. This is an awesome comment. Who the hell wants to live to be 100? At 68, I am tired. I don't care when I leave this mortal coil. Parentheses, meat suit. I'll be back. No need to hang on to an old car that only runs on a few cylinders. Fenders rusted, ball tires, rotten interior. Windows won't go up or down anymore. Time for a brand new automobile. That's an awesome comment, because see, I keep saying I'm going to live to be 107. That's another reason I decided to quit drinking, I got to live to be 107. That's my goal, my objective, because I want to be around for my kids. But I didn't always have that mentality. Always just figured party as hard as I could and have a good looking corpse at a young age in the casket. Let's see. Here's another one. Don't worry if people has any sense. They won't send name brand. I'm losing interest fast from the begging and force all over the place. Triggered. Because my 5-year-old's playing in the background or what have you. Deal with it, man. This is real life right here. This is my show. If I want my kids to jump around in the background like kangaroos, that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. And then somebody says, begging. Who's begging? He is wanting people to send boxes, telling them what size to wear. Let's see. He's clearly stated people have been asking for an address to send stuff. Yeah, people have been hounding me about an address. When I say hounding, I mean they're on me about it, right? And I keep putting it off. And I said, you know what? That's not fair. That's not right. That's disrespectful. People have bought shit. They want to send stuff to the children, and here I am being an asshole, not posting some type of address. I corrected the problem. Boom. The address is the link is down in the description. If you want to send something to us to a U.S. address, send it to my shipping cart. You want to send it direct? The address to her village is there. We just got a box in. I don't know if you caught the video. Like the minute we posted that, somebody went click on Amazon and a box was on the way. It went straight to the village. Big old teddy bear. So yeah, that's why I posted the address, okay? And one of the reasons I haven't in the past, because we were moving around so many times, it just wasn't smart, because there would be boxes showing up at our previous addresses. Well, the solution was to give the address to the village. It's not going anywhere. So if we move, or we're on vacation, or we're traveling, it'll still get there. That's why I did it, okay? Blah, 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 blah. All the time he's saying we make it possible for him to live there. He's living a good life. Thanks to the viewers. Shouldn't be asking for anything more. Thank you very much there, Barb. What else can I say? I'm trying to think of something else I could promote. I already talked about my t-shirts, my books. I'm being a jackass. Alright, but hey, you mess with the bull, you get the horn. Alright? Okay, now listen. This one here is a frequent flyer who's been very nasty in the past with all kind of threats, bail threats, threats of violence, threats of showing up, threats of this and that, claims that he's an agent of the Canadian equivalent of the U.S. CIA, all kind of craziness, right? It's anonymous, dude. And so it comes in here with something trying to cut me deep here. I'm still questioning how you get away with working in the Philippines if YouTube is your main source of income. How is that not working in a different country? I would have to think their government will like their taxes from the revenue you make off their people. I'm sure you can Google it. I'm all but positive you're breaking some laws. But don't worry, I'm in contact with them now to ask personal. No one is above the law. Now, due to an upcoming comment and a few slides here, I'm not going to hit this gentleman too hard right here. But only to say that also in this game, especially if you do anything in this country, and it's not because of Filipinos, it's because of the jealousness of people who want to move here from the West that can't make it. And there's some deranged individuals that live around these parts, right? Has nothing to do with the Philippines. It has to do, they were nutcases when they lived in America or Britain or wherever they come from. And then, you post videos, and I posted videos from numerous other countries, and I never really got any haters or trolls until I started hanging out here. Just telling you the way it is. So if you're moving to the Philippines and retiring, don't start a YouTube channel. Don't get in this mix. Just enjoy your retirement, okay? So this gentleman wants to try to cut deep and put fear. That comment and that threat goes with the previous threats he's issued. Trying to put fear. Trying to make you live your life in fear, or through the fear to take some action or not take action or change course. And so they'll leave you shit like this, right? And this isn't the first time I've seen this shit here before. So it's not creative, it's nothing new. Anytime, and this goes along with people threatening to get me deported, right? Seriously, I've got these threats throughout the years. I've called immigration, I've reported you to the embassy, I've done... For what? My question is, for what? For what? Because you didn't like something I said in a fucking video on the internet? That you would take time out of your life? Most of the time they're just bullshitting, right? They're just running their fucking mouth. But if you go into the entertainment business, you will receive threats like this, death threats, threats of bodily harm, all kind of creative stuff. And for some people, it puts fear in them. You know, I've heard people before have told me that they received threats like this and they just deleted their channel. They were so scared about it or what have you. Number one, that's what they make lawyers for. Number two, anybody wants to threaten me, do your worst. That movie, The Count of Monte Cristo. Do your worst. I love it. Love that statement. Maybe they'll put that on a fucking t-shirt. Do your worst, motherfucker. I'll add motherfucker like subdued down at the bottom. Because I'm not living my life in fear based on anything that anybody's going to say to me. An anonymous motherfucker on the internet. You're not causing me to live my life in one iota of fear. You just provide me with 20 minutes of footage to talk about, and you'll give me a laugh. That's the way I look at it. But other people don't perceive things the same way, and they're much more sensitive to these threats and stuff like that, and this, what they call it, cyberbullying and all that shit, right? A dude from my generation, we don't give a fuck what you say, to be honest, to be quite honest. Our generation, a motherfucker will walk up to you in school and hit you in the face. That's how we deal with each other, right? And then you fight. It wasn't none of this online shit or texting or what. No. You walked up to a dude in the fucking lunchroom and hit him in the face. And then went from there. Anyhow, moving right along, right? I am not worried about that. And then, here you go. And this is where the same gentleman is like casting a wide dragnet, talking about y'all, my viewers. I really can't believe there are 50,000 morons, just calling y'all a moron, that actually find this idiot interesting enough to watch. Oh my, but yet I still pop in to see this monkey family, as Trump would say. Guess it's never too late to be a father, even if you abandon the other adult kids he has, but yet never raised or even acutely contributed to. Too many O's in the word too. Guess it's easier to just jump the pond and repopulate another country with restarted American standards. Definitely a Trump voter, even though Trump would never let his mixed breed family into the USA. Man, I love watching this shit. It's way better than reality TV. You can't make this shit up, oh my. And so, you know, I talk about people like this. They're borderline sociopaths, psychopaths, somewhere in between, because they have no empathy for others, right? Zero empathy. But I learned so much about psychology. Look, I used to be in the medical field, so I know a little bit about psychology, but I've learned so much about psychology just by running this YouTube channel over the years. And I talked about how, let me just make a long story short, I had a notorious troll or hater, whatever, very similar to this guy. And some of y'all out there took it upon yourselves to band together as a hacker collective. Now, I did not direct anybody to do this. This was all people did on their own, and they sent me the information unsolicited. And they figured out who this troll was, this anonymous troll, and they sent me pictures of him. And my heart broke. I've talked about it before. It's like a fucking tear rolling down my face. This gentleman was very disfigured with a cleft, how do you say, a cleft palate. But he was very, his days were a lot harder than mine. Let's just put it that way. When he walked out of his house, the minute he left to the minute he come back to the sanctity of his apartment, I'm sure he had a rough day. And when I saw those pictures, I was like, y'all, everybody stand down. Don't fuck with this guy. He gets a pass. And that's just one of the learning points that, you know, some of these folks that are doing this, they have a rough life. Not giving them a pass, but I'm just saying, let's step into their shoes. Why are they doing this? There's an underlying cause why this guy spends so much time issuing threats and stuff like that. And again, if they're doing it to me, they're doing it to dozens of other channels, right? And other people may really take offense to this or be scared of them. So I don't find myself, or I don't consider myself special when this shit comes around. I'm just one of many of their victims, so to speak. So anyhow, what could be going on with this person? I don't know. I don't ban them in the hopes that eventually they find a home and soak up some positivity and then amend their ways. And if you'll go back to those videos I did where I started a troll rehabilitation program, anyhow, that's years ago. So anyhow, let's move along. And we're gonna come back to that guy in a minute, so don't go nowhere. He reforms himself, believe it or not, or he's making a joke. I think, who knows? All right, so Marcus, you put guilt into your missus' mind, and you were up. Why didn't one of you three awake adults look after Forrest Gump and Maria and do a simple transaction at your front door? You're a lazy fuck. When I was talking about it, the old lady was supposed to be waiting for the Lazada package, but instead she elected to just go to sleep. Didn't answer her phone, whatever. The Lazada guy came and left because she dropped the ball. Then she wanted to blame it on us, me and Grandma and Calamansi, because we were awake. Say, hey, you're the one with the phone. You were manning the phone. The guy shows up at the door. We don't hear him. They call, and you went in there and went to sleep. It's not my fault. You were the one manning the phone. So, yeah, okay, Darren. Thank you for the comment, man. Let me guess. Your Filipino wife was a single mother before she married you, and you are now taking care of her kids from another man. Well, Shakuni, close, but you're totally fucking wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. No. Okay, she's got one kid, Forrest G. That's it. She was not a single mother. No, I'm not taking care of any of her kids from a previous man because she only has one kid. That's my son. So, close, but no, you're not even close. But thanks for commenting. Well, let's see. Good to see the king is on the dry. It won't last as usual. The guy's an alcoholic. Thank you very much, Reginald. So sad you just won't purchase a decent grill for the family. Many are available cheaper than a night out with Ladybug. He calls that my friend over in Thailand, Ladybug. Whatever. You just refuse to treat your family to any appliances like a washer, a 2-burner stove. Shame on you. Gotta stay mobile with 3 laughing emojis. Well, I got a badass grill out there now. Alright, here you go. Comments that may be offensive are shown below. You actually have to click show, right? Potentially inappropriate. This one's from a golf champion, golf pro named Striker. Oh, now I know why you ran away from your American women. Because they wouldn't put up with all the nagging and criticizing like you do to Fatima. And why can't they eat rice if they choose to? Oh wait, that's right. You control the money, so you control what they can eat too. I forgot what an asshole you are. Thank you very much, my golf pro friend, Mr. Striker. Started calling him Striker Ace, but that was Stoker Ace. So Striker on the golf course, triggered by the way I talked to my old lady. Well, Striker, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, my friend. Alright, now here we go. If you believe this is sincere, from the same gentleman. Hi man, it's me again. I just wanted to say please ignore me. I might just very well be the ass, not you man, but that's on me. And just saying feel free to still make me a donkey, because I deserve it. Drink can get the best of us, my bad, that's on me. Envious, I very might be, but again, please ignore me. I ask of your forgiveness as the ass I am. Not an excuse, I get it. Nice, you're taking care of them. I'm sure they have more real teeth than I. Again, thanks man, stay true to you, ignore us donkeys. If that's sincere, well, thank you very much, man, for staying around. That's why I don't get rid of people that want to, spew out some hatred. Because if I let you stay long enough, maybe you realize it's not helping you. It's not helping you in your life by going to other people's piece of digital real estate on the internet and spewing out hatred. It's not helping you in your life. You're not affecting me. You're helping me with the algorithm. You're actually putting money in my pocket. That's why I say I appreciate it. But selfishly, from your standpoint, selfishly, you're not helping your health or anything else by wasting time spewing out hatred on other people's online endeavors. There's another comment from him. Politics aside, you seem to be good people. I wish I could say the same about me. Oh well, silly world we live in. That's on me, but I still hope I can be a donkey. At least I won something, LOL. Hey man, like I said, appreciate you commenting, all the comments. And maybe it's just because you're drunk or what have you. You had a bad day, you get drunk, and you spew hatred on the internet. I don't know. A lot of people do that. But if you truly have, I don't want to say change your ways, but just hang around, man. Don't go nowhere. Hang around. Feel free to comment. We'll forgive you for your past outbursts or whatever you want to call it. I'm not mad at you. Like I said, you helped put money in my pocket and rice on the table, man. Appreciate you. Let them eat what they want. You a dictator. What they want to eat. Rice is a staple in the Philippines. You should know that. That's from old Jerf, another frequent flyer. Jerf, thank you for enlightening me about rice being a staple here in the Philippines. I would have never known that, man. I would have never known that, truly. But I guess, I scratch my head a minute and think back about all the rice I buy on a monthly basis and all the rice I got stacked in there. I mean, I'm a little slow there, Jerk, but I'm starting to put it together. I think you're right. I think rice is a major staple here in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure of it. Come to think of it, there's a little orange light on our rice cooker that when it's on warm, that thing lights up. And you know what? I always see that light on for some reason. Shit, things are starting to come together. Rice is important here. Who knew? Let's see. And this is old Striker. Somebody commented to him, and he gives a big F you. If you don't like my comment, don't read it, bitch ass. But he uses the abbreviations because he's scared of YouTube. Striker. Triggered, man. You're an alcoholic. Stop drinking and not work a program. You will end up a dry drunk. I don't need a program, Reginald. Okay? I don't need a club to fucking make decisions in my life. I'll make the decisions, alright? I don't need a club or somebody else to tell me what to do. Again, not judging the people who do need groups, professional help. That's on you. I can only speak for me. Okay? I don't need a group. I don't need 12 steps. I don't. Luckily, knock on wood, I'm that person. I'm in control. I'm the captain of my own destiny. I turn things on, I turn things off whenever this guy wants to do it. Don't need a group. Let's see. Alright, somebody comments, we're talking about the air conditioner being dirty, but somebody comes back. He's a self-style rebel, an invincible legend in his own single-wide trailer mind. Still ain't there it still doesn't rise to the level of funny. Keep trying though, keep trying, but you gotta dig a little harder. If you're gonna talk about a single-wide trailer mind, you gotta throw something else in there. You know, spice it up with a tornado or a junk car or toothlessness. You gotta put some more redneck adjectives in there for a redneck joke to be funny. There you go. Why are you sending a kid that doesn't speak to a school? Thank you very much, Daniel. There's a term in legalese called res ipsa. Res ipsa loquitur is Latin for the thing speaks for itself. I don't need to say nothing about you. Your comments speaks for itself. Alright, again, it's my friend who has reformed his ways. Beautiful family, I'm kind of envious. Let's see, my lifestyle doesn't allow family, so I guess that's why I've been so jealous of yours. Just can't wait to put this life behind me. Proud you did. I hope to one day be there too. Again, sorry for being an ass in the past. That's on me. But please, I'll always be a donkey. LOL. Hey man, like I said, buddy. We all go through rough patches. We all say stupid shit. Like Mike Tyson said on Hangover. We all do stupid shit when we're drunk. Alright, you just happen to do it with the keyboard and do it in the comment section online. Some of us like to run that mouth in real life when we get to drinking. So again, man, you're welcome. No need to make any other apologies. Just hang out, man. Just stay on the channel, make some good comments, and just try to live a different way. You know, different. Turn over a leaf of positivity, man. But you're welcome here. Do you ever miss civilization living in such primitive, uneducated surroundings? You know, and I wasn't going to say that in my redneck tone, because that's actually a legitimate question. Maybe he could have worded it a little bit softly, but do I ever miss civilization living in such primitive surroundings? And the word uneducated usually has a negative connotation, but it's really not. It's very subjective. Yes, ma'am, who's at the door? Somebody's trying to get in. I told him no disturbances. It's like Bobby on Wild Hogs. He's trying to write his book, you know. Karen, I asked for no disturbances. technically I'm at the office. He said, technically you're in our guest bedroom. Anyhow, do I miss civilization? That's such a subjective question. But yes and no. And this goes into you're retiring. Where are you going to live in the country that you're moving to? Okay, say you're moving to the Philippines. Where are you going to live? It has a lot to do with your daily lifestyle. It's no different than saying I'm moving to New York City or I'm moving to the backwoods of Alabama. It's going to be two totally different lifestyles. So if you say I'm moving to the Philippines, that's incomplete. Because living in Angeles City is a lot different than living in the middle of Manila, and it's a lot different than living on an island somewhere or living way out in the province. So, do I miss civilization? There's a lot of things I miss about living around the city. Not that we use it all the time, but you know what? Grab. Being able to click and get a pizza delivered in Angeles City or anywhere near the cities is wonderful. There ain't no Grab around here where we live. There's not even a real pizza place within 30 about 40 minutes of here. What I consider a real pizza place. So yeah, there's a lot of things you miss about living closer to civilization. But again, it has nothing to do with the Philippines. If you move to where I'm from, in the backwoods of Mississippi, on that old dirt road, you're still miles and miles from a lot of the amenities that you would consider civilization. Such primitive surroundings. Well, in our little house here, we have all the amenities, internet, electricity, air conditioning, fucking flat screen TV, refrigerator. We got everything we need. Now, do I have a proper stove, what you would consider a proper stove? No, we got one little gas burner. Works well for us. I got a charcoal grill. I don't have a big, huge gas grill. I don't have a oven. Why? There's not a lot of bacon that goes on over here. So it's a very subjective question. And I could talk about that all day. But yes and no. I mean, other than the food options, the lack of food options, living out in the province, it doesn't bother me. But not being able to be close to all those food options, yeah, it's a hardship. It's not a necessity, but it's a want. I'd love to have a Big Mac right now. It's not going to happen unless I go 40 minutes in a trike and go get a Big Mac. I'd like a real pizza right now. Same deal. Give and take. Alright, it's from Elizabeth. Just go home, be a king. What do you expect when you move in the Philippines? I don't even know if that's a bad comment or not. Anyhow. Let's see. And then I'm thinking about buying a house in my Filipino wife's village. I'll do an update on that next few days or so. And then my buddy says, no, you give them an inch, they take a mile. They will lie, cheat, and steal from you, expecting you to be okay with that. Next, family starts showing up expecting you to feed them, then break and steal your stuff, especially when it comes to rice and cooking oil. Alright, thank you very much for that comment. That's not a handsome donkey comment. In-laws, no matter what country you're in-laws are always a burden. Most of the time they're a burden. They're a liability. They're not an asset. It don't matter if you're in the backwoods of Mississippi, Tennessee, the Philippines, right? Your in-laws always cost you money. That's what in-laws do. And here in the Philippines, what he just described, I'm not saying the stealing or anything like that. They will break shit. I have shit get broke all the time. Just the number of people coming around messing with shit. Something gets broke. Usually it's the kids. And rice and cooking oil, we don't really have that problem here, but when we lived in a $28 beach condo, we had neighbors all the time coming by with a cup, just handing the cup to Fatima. Can I get a cup of rice? And I would buy a big ass sack of rice, a 50 kilo sack of rice. And people would see us drag that thing in there. Next thing you know, here come, this neighbor by with want a cup of rice. And Fatima was too shy to tell him, hell no, get the fuck out of here. So next thing you know, this big old bag of rice is just going down and down. I'm like, what the? And then finally I see, the cup brigade stopping by, dipping into our big rice sack. And family will do the same thing. And that's the way family operates. So I quit buying, and I don't buy the big, huge bags of rice anymore. I buy the 5 kilo bags. And that way I know when the bag's getting open that, I tighten it up. Because I can't buy rice for the whole damn countryside. So that's a con of living in your wife's village or near her family. They share everything. If you got a big bag of rice, they're going to come around and try to dip into it. That's the way it is. Buy a shirt. What is wrong with you? Talking about my blue shirt with the holes in it, I do believe. The reason I wear that shirt all the time, it's comfortable. It's merino wool. It's by Fjallraven. It's like a $50 t-shirt. It's the only one I got, right? $50 t-shirt. I'm not getting rid of that. But it's very comfortable. It's stretchable. It's merino wool. It's cool when it's hot. It's got a lot of holes in it because I used to lay around on the bamboo bench. And maybe I've talked about it before, but if you have a bamboo bench and you end up laying down, like watching TV or whatever, you'll end up with holes in the back of your t-shirt and your pants because those little nails will just keep snagging on the fibers. So I ruin so many good t-shirts and pairs of pants by laying around lounging. Not that I'm a big lounger, but if you just lay down and watch TV, you get up, there's a damn hole in your shirt from those bamboo benches where they don't nail the nails all the way down. So I think that's what you're talking about, my blue shirt. It's got holes in it, but it's a comfortable t-shirt. I'll keep wearing it. But you're complaining right now I ain't wearing those shirts. I should make you happy. Alright, moving right along. They don't care for you one bit. Those natives put up with your presence. And then another reply is ATM. There's some truth in both ways in that comment. Okay, this is from Steve. The dog with the broken foot. What the fuck? Nobody's give a shit. You just lost me. Moving on with angry emojis. And somebody replies dinner. Somebody says bye. Me and my buddy were talking about this, how people in the West, especially in America, are very fanatical about their pets and their dogs, cats, what have you. I sort of understand it. I mean, I understand it because I know the culture, but it's not me. Like, I grew up, the dog stayed out in the yard and ate table scraps, never went to the vet. The only dogs that went to the vet were coon dogs, like expensive dogs, right? But the old yard dog, that dog was tough as nails, ate scraps, stayed outside, never saw a vet. I think dogs belong in the backyard. That's just the way I grew up, right? My buddy's different. His dogs are like his children. And he treats them as such. It's just different mentality. So I get it. And me and him were having a discussion about this comment. And what it was, there was a dog at the birthday party that just happened to walk through, and I caught it on video, and it had a broke leg. That wasn't recently broke. It's probably broke like that for years. And nobody's doing anything about it. Well, folks, you got to realize when you leave the West, there's no humane society. There's no dog pound. There's no dog catcher. Dogs run wild, and they, the stray dogs, soy dogs, whatever you want to call them. And people don't have the money. There's no money to take a stray dog to a vet. Okay? It just doesn't happen like that. There's nobody to call. Who's going to pay for that dog? Number two, I'm not over here doing charity work and rescuing dogs. You know how many dogs like that I see on a daily basis? All the time. It's sad. I don't have the money or the time or the interest, to be honest, to go around and round up stray dogs. That's not my job. I have enough on my plate taking care of my kids and my crew. So my heart goes out to that poor dog, but I can't save the world. And oh, by the way, I see people like that all the time. You know, people living on the streets, begging for money. Some people who have had injuries that never got healed up. I see people like that. So it's hard for me to feel sorry too much for that dog when I just saw, some dude on the street with a broken arm that never healed up properly. Does that make sense? I know that's being cold, especially if you're a dog lover, but it is what it is. The world is a cruel place. And I would go off on a tangent and talk about another thing that happens here in this country, but I'm not going to, concerning dogs. I'll just move right along before the YouTube algorithm picks up on what I'm going to be talking about. Oh, fuck it. I got to keep shit. Maybe I'll do a separate video and I'll talk about what I call. That's all I'm going to say about that. Moving right along. Might lose a bunch of y'all subscribers, but life ain't pretty. Ain't always pretty. Okay, old Tone Logue says, half the guests will leave after eating at any Philippine party. Guests not required to bring a gift. That's true. When you go to parties around here, you got 100 people come to a birthday party. There might be 2 or 3 people bring a gift and they're relatives or something. It's not required. It's not in the culture if you get invited to a birthday party to bring a gift with locals, especially this far out. Now, I say that, let me caveat that and say if you get invited to, your expat buddy's daughter's birthday party, well, it's different. You go to a birthday party and there's nothing but Phil-Am kids, foreign fathers and Filipinas, well, they all bring birthday gifts, okay? Because you basically got a yard full of Americans, right? So everybody's going to bring a gift. But going to local parties around here, typically nobody brings a gift. They show up, they're gonna eat, they're gonna do some videoke, and they're gonna leave. And they're not expected to contribute or anything like that. Maybe somebody brings a dish or what have you, but you're not expected to. People don't have the money. They don't have the money and the means to do what we do in the West. Bring a gift, bring this, contribute to this. No, just show up. Just show up, get a nice big meal, sing happy birthday, do some videoke, and thanks for coming. It's just difference in culture. Alright, let's go back here. Flo speaks English, but Fatima don't, and she's been living with you for so many years, and she's not even trying to learn. She's dumb as hell. Well, the only truth in that is, yeah, Flo speaks English very well. I don't really understand the exact dynamic of why she's very good in English and Fatima is not. They grew up in the same village. It is what it is. Everybody's not the same. But yeah, Flo is very good in English. She could work at a call center, no problem. She passed the test before, so she is very good in English, yes. Your mama raised a loser. You take advantage of, what the fuck is that word? Of the nose and family. You're total garbage. Oh, a flat nose and family. Your mama raised a loser. You take advantage of flat nose and family. Well, John, some people can consider your remark very racist by calling Fatima a flat nose. But I'm sure your mom was proud of you too. Can't make this shit up, folks. There we go. Because you're a total moron. And this looks like a little fox. The profile picture is like a little fox. Because you're a total moron since day one with all your crappy talk and talk nonsense. Hey, buddy, newsflash. And then goes to all caps. Triggered. Why don't you live in Thailand instead of the Philippines, since you always keep on comparing? No one wants you in the Philippines for many obvious reasons. So get. We got the jealous hippo. The Hippo Award. The guy who thinks he discovered the Philippines. He was the first white guy here. Defender of the Philippines against all enemies, foreign and domestic. If you don't live exactly the way he lives, he takes offense. He's going to form a coalition. Get a signature campaign to get you declared persona non grata. So get. You better get. A lot of people don't want you here. Here's the thing there, Mr. Fox. I'd have to actually give a fuck what you think. Or the people who don't want me here. I'd actually have to give a fuck. But I don't. I'm not part of your club. I'm not asking to be in your club. I don't give a fuck what the ethics are of your club. I live life by this guy's morals. Don't give a fuck about any institution's ethics. That includes your little fucking club that you're talking about that says, no one wants you in the Philippines. So get. Nope. I think I'll stay right here. I think I'll stay right where I'm at. How about that, Mr. Tiny Fox? It's like a little tiny fox. It's cute. Total moron. That was a moron move because I grabbed a cup and not my coat. So hold on there, little tiny fox. Don't go nowhere. Because this moron was thirsty. So get. Fuck, you almost gave me an idea for a t-shirt. Why don't I go live in the Philippines instead of Thailand? That will be explained in great detail in my upcoming book, which should be released within the next 10 years, sometime around there. I'll have it done within the next 10 years, before I turn 60. It's going to be a bestseller. I'll explain to you exactly why I'm here. Can't explain it right now to you there, Tiny Fox. So get. You better get. Can't make this shit up, folks. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. Get ready. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and retire in this country. Good luck. Better have thick skin. Let's see. Now this is one of them. Come from Julie. Maria is such a smart, beautiful girl. She deserves a good mother who will give her all the loving hugs and caring attitude a kid deserves from their own biological parents. Okay, you are an awesome daddy to Maria, though I just wished her beautiful biological mom would take her back so she can get all the love and attention. Now, I don't think you're saying that to be mean. I think you're saying that to be concerned. And I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody that's concerned about my children. I really do. But when you said biological parents, okay, well, I'm her dad. Okay? So let's start out with, it takes two to make a baby, right? So it's 50-50. I always say I get really more, probably 60% of the credit because I do a lot more work and the man pays for it. But let's go back to 50-50 so I don't start any type of argument about who's the better parent, the man or the woman. It's 50-50, right? So she's with her biological parent. She's with her father. I love her very much. Is she with her biological mother? No. So, obviously there's a different dynamic. Even though Fatima takes care of her, no, she's not her biological mother, and there is a difference. I was a stepchild, and anybody who has been a stepchild, there is sort of a different dynamic, no matter how hard the parent tries, right? But she's with me. She's with her father, who loves her very much. I am her biological father. I wish her mom would take her back. Um, I don't know how to respond to that, because if it were a dude hitting me, but I think, Julie, you're coming from a mother's standpoint, and I get it. But let me just say that that's not going to happen. That's not an option. Okay? She lives with me. She's my daughter. I take care of her. She has the best life I can give her. Do I wish that her mother was in her life more? Well, obviously, for her sake. But I'll just say that it's not happening. Okay? Thanks for being concerned, but my daughter lives with me. And I thank the good Lord of that fact every day. Alright, here's another comment. Fatima's IQ skyrockets in this video. She could be the next village Einstein. Blessed for us who has zero interest in human communication. And if you're just joining us, our son has autism. He's autistic. He's on the spectrum, whatever terminology you want to use. And at this point in life, he's nonverbal. And so, no, right now he doesn't talk. He's starting to sound out more words and make eye contact a lot more. So we do see some progression, and I hope he starts talking very soon. But a lot of people who will just show up, they don't know this fact. And some people who do, some people are just being mean, but some people legitimately don't know. They don't know that. We don't advertise it in every video with a t-shirt that says, kiss me, I'm autistic, or something like that. Some people don't know, like, why does the kid don't talk? Well, it's a legitimate question if you don't understand that he's autistic. So moving right along. She has the cognitive ability of a cheeseburger, basically my ex. Ha ha. But you're not with her for the processing power. Lovely tits, though. Thank you very much, Sprocket, for your lovely comment. Let's see. Talking about my t-shirt again. Marcos walking around with holes, thinking he's purchasing something like property. What a joke. Somebody said, dog, that's famously known as aircon clothing in the Philippines. Anyone wears aircon clothing. Hey, look, just because my t-shirt got some holes in it, I don't know why that's an issue to anybody. But it's like I talk about them pork ribs. I used to write these political posts, nobody would comment. They put a picture of like 2 or 3 pork ribs on a little grill. People would comment on that shit for months, right? If I had been wearing a normal t-shirt, we wouldn't be having this conversation and it wouldn't be interesting. But because of my holy blue merino wool $50 t-shirt by Fjallraven, we're still talking about it. And I'm going to keep wearing that shirt. It's comfortable. It's stretchable. It's light. It's like the air flows through it, but it's warm at night. Merino wool. My gosh. It's like magic. Why would you live in such filth and squalor? Because it's a step up from Detroit. How about that? Here we go. Here comes the golf pro, Striker. Striker Pro. That's his name. Striker Pro comes in here. Drama queen. Dude, let it go. Boys will be boys. He wasn't seriously hurt, so stop being such a drama queen about it. And tone down your constant insulting, when I say mother of the year, of Fatima. She's a wonderful mother to your kids. So you should stop being a Dick Tracy to her. No wonder why you traveled overseas to find a woman, because women in your country wouldn't put up with... I don't get the rest of it. Yeah, Striker Pro triggered on the golf course. Triggered, man. My goodness. What triggered you? Alright, it's from Akon. White man watches as two Filipinos push a trike. His excuse? Instead of helping, he watches and says, somebody's got to hold the camera. So typical for a lazy white man from America. Get someone minority to do their work. Shaking my head. Thank you very much there, Akon. Yes? I asked for no disturbances. Father of the Year. What a turd piece of shit. Thank you very much, Ralph. Yes? Who is it? What a shithole village full of crazy looking drunks. Thank you very much, Mr. Rat Piss. Yes? Who is it? I'm not answering the door till somebody tells me who it is. Ah, I got a me. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. I'm almost done. I'm trying to get through this, but it's like my dad said years ago. He said you can't try to have any type of home office. That shit don't work. Don't matter what you tell people. Ask for no disturbances. They're gonna knock on that door. My daughter's gonna knock on that door. My son's gonna beat on that door. I love it. But anyhow, back to the uncomfortable looking gathering. Drunk kuys, smoke everywhere, dirty and hot. Kudos to Don Marcos for subjecting himself to it. But in all fairness, he probably sees himself sitting in the cool grass of a Garden of Eden, surrounded by forests, sylphs fanning him and putting juicy grapes in his mouth. Man, Robert, there's some truth to that. Okay? Village life or province life or living in the country life of Mississippi, it can get old real quick if you're not accustomed or if you didn't grow up to that lifestyle. Again, it has nothing to do with the Philippines. It has to do with living in a rural area where there's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of amenities, people don't have a lot of money to do things with. And yeah, it can get boring real quick. So how many of these types of village gatherings have I been to? These discos, these fiestas and stuff like that. I've been to dozens. And the vibe and the scenery and the flow and the food, it doesn't change very much. I'll just be honest with you. Birthday parties here in this country, they don't change. Okay, there's a template. You have to have a birthday wall decorated with some balloons. You got to have pancit, spaghetti, some type of lechon baboy, and a cake. And a videoke machine. It's the same. It's a template. It doesn't change. And so, does it get old? It's all subjective. Does it get monotonous? Subjective. But if I had a choice, would I rather be sitting somewhere in Thailand? Let's move right along. They live in a dump with them next to nothing, but they are happy and dancing. It just shows you ignorance is bliss. You don't have to have money to be happy. Alright, leave Forrest G alone. If he can survive childhood in the province, he won't be able to survive adulthood. Very true. Oh, if he can't survive childhood in the province. Okay, thank you for the comment. And basically, folks, here's the thing. There's a lot of pitfalls in her village. There's a lot of pitfalls. There's a lot of dangers that are not necessarily associated with your house or your backyard or our house here, right? It's the village. Look at how many things of danger, how many elements of danger there are in the village. I mean, there's rundown houses about to fall in. There's jagged edges. There's broken glass. There's livestock. There's, old barbed wire. There's an open well. There are so many pitfalls in that village that could seriously injure a child, or even worse. Yeah, I worry about him. Why? Because he's autistic. He doesn't see things at this point in the game, in his life. He doesn't recognize danger like his sister does. Or the kids who grew up in the village. He doesn't recognize all this, and it's very easy for him, if you're not watching him, to get into something where he gets hurt. Or climbs on top of that well and ends up in the bottom of the well. Yeah. That's why I don't want him going there to the village without me, because they don't watch him as close as I think he needs to be watched. Children in this country are very, they do a lot of things autonomously, if that's the word. You'll drive up and down this road, there's kids out there walking down the road 4 or 5 years old, 3 years old, right next to the road. Nobody's watching them. Or if there's a 3-year-old there, there's a 6-year-old supervising. That's all fine and dandy, but not with a child who has autism. And that's what people don't understand. That's what I'm constantly on them about. What if I'm not here? If I'm not here, you're the one that has to be on them. That has to be on everybody to watch them. And so yeah, I'm rough on him. I'm absolutely militant with his mother and whoever else is on duty, Kalamansi or whoever else is supposed to be watching them. I'm militant because there's going to come a time that I'm not there. And if they just are lackadaisical the way they are with the rest of the children, he's going to end up hurting himself. So I'm not apologizing. Yeah, he needs to experience things, but that village is... there's an element of danger there because it's a village. A lot greater than just living in a house like this, alright? The Rod Sterling of the Philippines, too busy holding the camera while the wife do all the work to watch his son fall. Didn't even move to help him, but he blames everyone else but himself. Straight cornball. Thank you very much, Rick. Dysfunctional family, very special. Thank you there, Ariel. This is from Kim. For being a white guy, you're pretty slow. Thank you very much, Kim. You would understand the water barrels and the cows brought into the tent vicinity. They do not like it being there. Of course they are not going to tell you. I think soon you might get chased out like the guy who built the abandoned house. Seeing the tensions on video from Grandma to Fatima. The Canuck is passing boundaries. Okay, well, I mean, maybe they don't like my tent being there. We are squatting. We're not paying for that lot. You think they secretly want me evicted? They want me to leave with my tent? I can relay that message to Fatima and see what she says. Maybe it's time we packed our tent and relocated. Maybe they need that room for the cows and the goats. And you know what? That's the joy of having a tent and not building something in your wife's village. Because I can easily pack that tent up and roll out of there. No harm, no foul. Damn. See the genius in the tent that everybody hits me about? Thank you very much, Kim. I'll discuss that with Fatima and see if we're fucking up the cattle operation. And we'll move. Or move the tent. No problem. Thank you. Alright, this is from Sylvia. You'll be the one to blame if anything serious happens to Forrest. You're more educated and his well-being lands on your shoulders. You're also to blame if Maria ends up marrying a village drunk. Poor Maria with such weak-minded women as role models. Thank you very much, Sylvia. You're absolutely right on the first part. I'm the captain of the ship. I'm the king of the castle. Everything falls on my shoulders. That's why I'm trying to shape them now into paying attention, being extra vigilant when the child's at the village. But ultimately, yeah, it lands on my shoulders. You're absolutely right. Alright, now this one here, this is in the offensive section. And it's again talking about the dangers, I guess, in the village with the boy. But yet all good for USA, have guns, kill everyone, but you worry about your son with a beautiful family. Get the fuck out of here, Gronk. The hell's a Gronk? Only the Yanks go on with you. The way you disregard your wife, you say second, my first wife, my third wife. Not this vlog, but you're a Gronk. Power trip, cunt, bossing women around. You're a pissant. I'm still stuck on the word Gronk. What the fuck is a Gronk? So-called military pissant like Aussie so-calls. No disrespect to our services, you pissant. You're a grub, but I respect the village. You get government payouts, grub. I know what a grub is, a grub worm. What the fuck is a Gronk? The only time this drunk pissant comments back when someone donates money. He's a germ. But saying that love the family, he's just a pissant. Dig, dig, dig. You're the stupid prick putting over that net. You're a blah blah blah. This is Gronk again. More Gronk. Let's see. All the YouTubers are going to the province for some reason. They're losing subscribers because of the same old shit. Day after day, going jungle life is even worse than hanging out with prostitutes on Walking Street in Angeles City. Soon YouTube will be coming to an end. Well, I appreciate your comment. YouTube ain't coming to an end anytime soon. It's got problems like any other platform. Their policy, a lot of their policies suck, but it's not coming to an end, folks. What people don't realize about YouTube's not social media. YouTube's the number 2 search engine. Google, YouTube, then was it Facebook? Nobody buys a product without watching a YouTube video. It's not going anywhere. It's not social media. You could say the comment section could sort of turn into social media, but this is a show. This is the new generation of TV. Hollywood, everything else rolled into one. And oh, by the way, it's the number 2 search engine, so it's not going anywhere. I know that any business that fails to innovate, in other words, change with the times, is going to go by the way of MySpace and all these other companies that didn't innovate. They got passed up. So how long will people watch our show doing village videos? That's like an unknown. That's the risk you take. How long can I deal with going to the village every week? That might be the better question. How long can I take it? How long can I take, or how long am I interested? It's not about taking it, because I can deal with anything, but I don't want to and I don't have to. How long until I lose interest of going to the village every week or living out in the province? That's the better question. Because once this guy loses interest in it, well, the kids seem to lose interest in it, it's time to do something else. we will innovate and shift and focus on other things. But I guess the point, at least in my life, I don't know what anybody else does, and I don't care what anybody else does. Anybody else in the entertainment business, I wish them luck. From Tom Cruise down to the guy with 1 subscriber on Instagram or whatever he's on. I wish everybody luck. But I don't care what everybody else is doing. And I don't make my plans or dictate my life on what anybody else is doing. Don't care. Wish everybody luck, but I don't care what everybody else is doing. I'm just taking you along for the ride of what I do in life. So if I'm happy with going to the village for the next 2 years, well, guess what? That's what you're gonna see. But I would almost say this, that I will get tired of things before a lot of the viewers get tired of things. So who knows? Where's the next year going to take us? The kids are about to finish school. Obviously, I don't want to move during the middle of the school year. But now you got the summer coming up where they're out of school. We can do some traveling. I can do some thinking. And folks, if I find a better option, we will displace, pick up, and move just like that if I think I can better our lives. In any way. There you go. So thanks for your comment, my friend. I agree with you that if you fail to innovate, that's when things start going down, right? Folks, I want to say thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me on this talk. I know there's some background audio, people knocking at the door. It is what it is. Got a studio here in our little crib, and my kids don't understand when they can't come into the door. But I have to lock the door. That's the only way I can get this thing done. Anyhow, if you're not a subscriber, y'all know what to do. You want to help support us, hit that join button. It'll ding your credit card for a few bucks every month. I certainly appreciate it because we buy a lot of rice. Check out the links in the description. Go to Amazon, buy one of my books. Certainly appreciate you. I'm just thinking about what else I can plug just to piss off them donkeys. You doing nothing but eat begging. How many times I heard that shit? And what's funny is, wait, why don't you get a real job? You want to be a smart ass about it, right? I could be a smart ass about it. Why don't you get a real job? Let me tell you, I put more effort into this project, this adventure, than anything else. And probably most everybody who does this will tell you the same, that they have worked more hours or put in more hours of something than any other adventure they've ever been on or any business venture they've ever been a part of. And like if you average or if you divide the number of hours you have invested into this by what you make, you wouldn't even make fucking minimum wage. So it's so funny. Don't you get a real job? That's funny. Alright, I just thought I'd bring that up. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all joining us. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.